What's up everybody, my name is Cameron Yo, and in this video I'll be talking about a garden that was in Babylon, that was known to be, I think, or I don't know what it's called, but I think it was called the Garden of Babylon, which had different trees. As you can see, the one behind me, it had lemon trees, apple trees, orange trees, banana trees, peanuts, apple, potatoes. I'm not saying that it actually had that, but I'm just saying that that place was known to have different plants or different trees and just different like things of nature there. And it was destroyed and created by Babylonians. Oh no, it wasn't destroyed by Babylonians, but it was created by Babylonians. But the point here is that the Garden of Babylon had at the time different plants and different life to see for the people there. And with that said, we don't have that today. For example, you don't see, okay, all right, I'm gonna go take a walk and I'm gonna go see apple trees, orange trees, and just different things growing, right? But that's not the case. So having the whole, like, not or I wouldn't say world, but earth be our garden, in a sense, we'd be able to have fruits or vegetables and things of that nature to be able to eat while it's there. That way the agriculture wouldn't be lost, in a sense. It'd just be access to, or it'd be accessible to everybody, including, like, say, the homeless, since I've been promoting that before. And because I was promoting the Tower of Babylon, and as you can tell, you can hear rides and things. So there's times where, say, people have to be a certain distance from each other or certain things, because if we just have everything crowded and all that, maybe it won't work as well. So the reason why I'm trying to promote this idea is because there's not, like I said, things growing that may provide different, benefits for people. Like, say, like, I was promoting the ideas of having, not me personally, but I'm just saying that, like, say, scientists have proven different things to give you different benefits. So having those benefits be utilized and accessible to the public, they'd be able to, like, acknowledge the different plants or life that is out there. Say they might not know what some other plant is on the other side on Earth, or not on the other side of Earth, but just plants that are on Earth that they might not be aware of. Because I don't know personally if it's the term of world or Earth. It's just that way. That's the reason why I promoted the Tower of Babylon too, is because there's people that may be confused with certain ideas or conspiracies out there. So having different ideas be utilized, we'd be able to know the truth about certain things. And with that said, there's, say, the Tower of Babylon, not the Tower of Babylon, the Garden of Babylon can be able to be an example for people to know that there's a way of having different foods out there for people to use for their own, their own lifestyle, or just that way they have just things to be able to have access to. Because if we had that right now, where we had different gardens of Babylon and things of that nature, and people had to get food, and they'd be able to go to that place and know where, like, okay, yeah, I could probably get a seed from there and plant my own trees and all that, or plant my own plants, and be able to have, like, a place to go to, or be able to get their own food instead of having to, like, search for it. Because I have promoted, like, homeless people. So the idea of homeless people, they'd have to focus on, all right, where am I going to get my next meal? Where am I going to get my next drink? So having those ideas be utilized can be able to help them in a way too, and have them acknowledge that there's a second chance that they can have, in a sense. Because the idea of having different school systems, new jobs, new government, in a way, I wouldn't say government, but just having a system that everyone can agree to and be able to have and just appreciate, instead of, like, oh, we're going to go to war with this, we're going to do that. And so having just ideas be able to have like having ideas just be utilized, because if they don't get to be say if they don't get to expand other people's minds, then they might not be able to understand the different life that is out there. So say I've mentioned the zoos, so having different animals be at different zoos, because I've talked about, say, the reservation. So if I go to the reservation and go to the zoo, they have only animals that are at the reservation. So having different animals, like say like be at a different like location and all that, like they'd be able to see different environments and be able to understand what else is out there, and like, oh, okay, yeah, like this is just a learning process for everybody to go like start slowly moving to. And the reason why I'd like to acknowledge the Garden of Eden, or not Garden of Eden, the Garden of Babylon and things of that nature, is to be able to show people that there are different ways of functioning with life, or not life, but just in a sense of having different like ideas be utilized, because they're not being utilized. They're not being able to, like, say, the like there's just like things that could be happening right now that aren't. For example, like the river system and all that, maybe the plants could be planted by it, or just some ideas out there that just like can expand and branch off with other people, or say like having information given, because at the same time, like I'm making these YouTube videos, so I'd like to acknowledge that there's let's say I don't know, I'd like to I just want to explain that the Garden of Babylon is an acknowledgement that people should enlighten themselves with, because that, say, if I go to the store, or say a grocery mart, they have everything there already for you, but in a sense, if you go around that area, they might not have those certain foods or vegetables or whatever available for a person. So yeah, like I just like to have people acknowledge that, because that this is just like me talking about it. So I just like to say that that's something that people should acknowledge. So yeah, peace.